hope questions will come up, but I don't have any. I'm not no presupposed, nothing. So all that to say,
interview with a vegan begins now.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Janelle.
Hello.
So, Andy, you're really not going to say anything? This is so odd.
I
It's so
told
odd
you
because
I'm reserving questions, comments, frustrations.
Wait, is it an interview or is it her TED Talk? That's different.
right.
TED Talk, then Q&A.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell us how you
You have
became
the floor.
vegan, Janelle.
I became a vegan several years ago. I don't even remember the year. I've been like that for 10 years at least.
Okay, now I have questions. So now,
I just got started.
Put your hand over your mouth to remind you that it's not your turn to speak.
I thought that was the story.
No,
There's
that's
more?
not the story. No, well, yes, there's always more. There's always more with me, Andy. You just have to give me space to say it.
All right. So
Okay.
that was 10 years.
I did this as a part of getting healthy, and I did lose 133 pounds because
Which
I
is
did
amazing. You lost the equivalent of Andy's ego.
that. That I believe.
I feel like you're undervaluing my ego.
Anyway, not everyone can be a vegan. I was never really a big meat lover anyway. I just ate it because it was there, but now I just don't. I can have lived life without it, and I just don't care. It's not because I love animals or hate them, although I do hate some of them.
Oh, we know. We are aware.
As you've heard.
Oh, and the animals are aware too, just so you know.
True.
Well, that's good. They need to know. They need to know whose property they're stepping on. They come over here. But what I'm saying is it was purely for health reasons. I found a plan that worked for me. I was able to live within those guidelines. And so that's what I do now. Yeah, I still abide by it.
TED Talk over.
I don't miss
Andy.
What?
Was that all, Janelle?
No, I don't miss eating the foods that you people eat because I just
Wait.
have
What do you mean, you people?
You people.
You meat eaters.
my friends. Every people in my family know that about me, so they plan around it. It wasn't always that way, but it's way better now.
Do you make your husband eat vegan?
No, he eats whatever he wants.
Okay. But you don't prepare any food for him?
I do.
Okay.
But I just don't eat it.
Well, all you need is a potato. You just stick a fork in a potato and you just start eating it.
I have one sitting on my kitchen cabinet right now, ready to be eaten.
Next to broccoli?
Oh, yeah. I had my broccoli before I came on the podcast. I will eat my potato after. Yeah.
I like for our audio listeners, you can visually see Andy actively trying to not talk. He's trying so hard.
It's very impressive. That is self-control.
It is super impressive because
I'm going to start rocking like Jenn. And now I know why she rocks.
I have known Andy. He has more to say than I do at most times. And if you know me,
anyway,
I have plenty to say all the time.
Oh, I know. I've been around you guys. I know. So anyway, it's been a process, but I like my lifestyle and it works for me. I've said that before. And so I'm just going to stick with it.
And I think that's fine.
Are you ready for questions?
I am.
Didn't you say there was like a spiritual reason for some of this?
It was, yes. And actually, I have written a book about my journey, and it's called Grace for Your Waist, Living a Lifestyle Fitted with Hope. It's very serious, Andy, so don't try to make jokes out of it. But the reason I started all this was because I realized that food was in the place where God should be. So I set the food to the side so that I could be in right relationship with the Lord again. And I had to get rid of a lot of the spiritual things that I was believing a lot of lies about myself and about life in general. And so once I got rid of the lies, I was able to lose the weight. I did do it, and I tell people, I say, you don't have to be a vegan to lose weight. You just have to eat less than what your body needs. It's a scientific fact. If you eat more than your body needs, you will gain weight. Bottom line. I just
what
ate
if it's
less.
all protein?
Or all fat.
Well,
that is the essence of a ketogenic diet.
right. I know. With the fat you eat, it's the fat you wear. That's what I have to say about that.
Well, I lost 60 pounds doing it that way. So
I know. And I'm very shocked that people can lose weight that way. But hey, if it works for you, I say stick with it. You stick with what works for you.
I've reversed my diabetes.
I know. And that's awesome.
It's amazing. And it feels good. But
see, it's not about necessarily what I eat. It's about what I don't eat mostly. And it is about my behavior towards food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also say eat today for how you want to feel tomorrow. If you want to feel good tomorrow, and if what you're eating is like a sleeve of Oreos, it's going to make you feel lousy, don't eat it.
No, it won't. It'll lower your cholesterol. We found that out earlier.
Still don't believe that one.
What if I want to feel like an Oreo tomorrow?
Well, then you go and eat all the Oreos you want.
All right. I think we're transitioning into part 2 of this episode. Because
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure Andy's forehead is about to turn bright pink.
He's about to burst.
Because he's about ready to burst. So,
questions. We'll take up questions.
Andrew Michael Yuso.
Oh, use my full name. I'm in trouble.
What questions do you have?
Janelle, where were you on the night of February? What day is Hootie Hoo Day? 20th. Tell me more about. I'm actually. This is an actual serious question. Tell me more about getting rid of cravings, because if it was as easy as you make it sound, everyone would do it, right? People would just stop eating and be like, "Oh, I'm just not going to eat that thing that's tempting me." So, how did you do it?
I did it through so the way I get around all of that is if it's in your house, you're going to eat it. If you buy it at the store and it magically jumps in your basket and you're like, I don't know how they got there. Yes, you do. You have to take ownership of it and say, okay, I brought the Oreos home. So now they're just going to call from me, from the cabinet, and then I'm going to have to eat them. So don't bring home what you don't want to eat.
But what if you suffer from multiple personality disorder and you actually don't know?
Yeah, Janelle.
Then I say you should get some professional help.
What if I go to Aldi and I want to buy broccoli, but some crazy vegan beat me to it and took all of it and put it in her cart right in front of my face?
There's always broccoli at Aldi. I'm only in the frozen section. You can have all the fresh broccoli you want.
So you don't even have. Okay, now I'm really confused. You don't have fresh broccoli. You have the frozen stuff?
I eat the frozen, yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you prepare it?
Easier.
Microwave.
You just microwave it? So it's all limp and like.
Well, no, I don't overcook it.
Well, Andy, cold broccoli makes good puds.
You can steam broccoli in the microwave. That's not hard at all.
I feel like Andy's knowledge of vegetables is quite minimal.
How did I overcome the craving?
How he eats.
Is that what you want to know? I mean, I guess that wasn't a satisfactory answer because you're asking it. So over time, I just stopped eating the things that I was craving. One of the things that was really hard for me to overcome was nuts. You will find out that some foods are trigger foods for you. And so by having those foods in your house, you're always going to run to that particular food. And so you just have to train yourself not to want it.
So you would say you're no longer nuts.
I would say I'm nut free.
Fair.
I get it. You make me nuts. But I am nut free. FYI, I convinced myself that I was allergic to nuts like my grandson. And so I don't eat them.
There was a
That's
moment,
an interesting way to do it.
Lie to
Yeah.
you.
I still remember, Janelle, because I have a video of it somewhere and I should find it. We went to Chili's. You remember the story?
There were so many times.
We went to Chili's as a group. We were saying farewell to one of our coworkers, and they bring you the chips and salsa. And what Janelle did is she took the chip and she dipped it in the salsa, and the salsa is very runny at Chili's. And she would just put it up to her mouth and suck the salsa out and not eat the chip. The chip was like a spoon for her, and she was using the salsa like a gazpacho.
That's horrifying.
You remember this, Janelle?
I do.
I have a video of it because I saw you doing it. And I go, what are you doing?
Never seen such a thing. Well, that's because I was trying not to eat the chips, because that's one of my favorite foods.
That's your trigger food?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you even tried to use the chip then as a delivery method.
If only
it would have looked weird if I just would have.
There were a device
Todd,
where you could scoop a liquid and put it in your mouth.
Janelle, you thought it would be less weird to take the tortilla chip and just keep sucking on it instead of just get a spoon.
I got the salt from the chip. I mean, that's what I really wanted, was salt from the chip.
But were there not salt shakers?
If this is the weirdest thing, I feel like she's doing a pretty good job.
I just remember that. I vividly remember that. Vividly. Like,
what about the veggie sandwiches I used to bring, and people mocked me for that?
I do remember.
Those look delicious.
I do remember the giant bowls of lettuce that you would bring, and then you would put your liquid aminos on them.
Yeah, liquid aminos. I don't eat that anymore, by the way.
Wait, what?
I don't eat liquid aminos anymore.
Why not?
Because it's a soy product and I'm soy free.
Fair.
You're a soy-free vegan.
Yeah.
Isn't that what vegans usually have instead of meat, is soy things like
they do?
Tofu?
Yeah, I know. Edamame. They've got the meat products made out of soy. Yeah, it's all made out of soy.
You have an edamame thing too.
Yeah. That was before all of that.
Even just thinking about it, she's getting itchy.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, your taste buds change over time, right? Like you stop having sugar, you stop having excessive salt and things like that, and you don't crave it quite as much after a while.
Correct. That is correct.
After you've starved your body of everything good,
it
no longer craves it.
I don't starve myself. I am very disciplined. I will give you that, but I'm not starving myself.
No, I'm not saying you're starving yourself. You're starving yourself of them.
So what do you do in social situations now? Do you still just take the salsa from the chip?
Now she just drinks that out of the bowl.
Drink the salsa from the chip?
No, I'll eat the chip now. I do.
Oh.
I give myself a little bit of freedom once in a while.
Gasp.
We're going to hear some story late in the future of some woman in Perry that went crazy over a bowl of chips at Chili's.
Get this straight, Andy. I don't live in Perry anymore. I live in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Come on. Pay attention.
Thank you. So now we'll be on the lookout for a woman in Stillwater that went crazy at the Chili's. Thank you for keeping us on track. This
has been a very random.
Go ahead and say it. Informative podcast.
Yeah.
This has been a very informative and useful podcast, which I think people will find beneficial.
Thank you. My book is on Amazon.
Is that in place of a GoFundMe this episode?
Yeah, you should go buy. You should read my book. I actually sent you a copy, Andy. Did you ever read it? No.
Did you sign it? Did you sign it?
Whoa, hold on. You should not
did.
assume that, Janelle. Remember, I interviewed you about that book.
You did.
Andy actually reads a lot more books than he used to.
Every person I interview, I read their book.
Did you read my book?
Yes.
Were you inspired?
It's Janelle's turn for questions.
Yeah.
Can I say I was impressed?
The correct answer is yes.
I was impressed.
Oh boy.
Inspired.
You don't have a weight problem.
Inspired makes me. I feel like if I would say inspired, it would inspire me to do it, and I don't want to do it. But I'm impressed that you did it.
Okay.
So you remember the Cheeto story in the glass container?
Yeah. The Cheeto. Yeah. The snack
Is that in your book? I don't remember the. I don't.
Yes, it was. It was a chapter 1.
He only remembers the good parts, Janelle.
Oh, gee whiz.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So to be honest, I just looked at the pages with pictures.
Oh my gosh.
So that would be the back page where I gave you the before and after.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Again, impressed. I was impressed.
It's true. I'm very impressed with your weight loss as well.
Well, thank you, Sam. I am impressed with you and your 60-pound weight loss.
It's true, but you know, it's no 130 whatever.
Janelle, what are you impressed about me?
Well, I mean, we've had weight loss. You've had hair loss. So
thank you, Sam.
This has got to be at least a few pounds.
I was going to say that.
You know, I've had extensive experience making fun of bald people because we have another friend who likes to build himself up often, and I make fun of his bald head. And he's way more bald than Andy.
That's true. I still didn't hear what you were impressed by, Janelle.
Your red glasses. Takes a bold personality to wear red glasses.
Oh. Thanks for being materialistic.
Also, we can see your reflection in your glasses and your forehead.
And that's the nugget.
He's impressed by something you wore, not anything about you.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
There's
no redeeming value of what's going on.
Oh, here we go.